The biggest lie on the internet right now is that there is some secret magic script you can read to a debt collector that will instantly wipe out half of your credit card debt. People are constantly searching for cheat codes to settle their debt for pennies on the dollar, thinking if they just say the exact regular-sounding words, the collection agency will back down and hand them a massive discount. That is simply not how the real world works. Every single financial situation is completely different, and relying on some generic copy and paste script you found in a random forum is a massive mistake that can actually put you in a much worse position. The truth is that negotiating your debt and actually getting a settlement or a better repayment plan comes down to being incredibly organized, highly prepared, and completely professional. You are not going to trick a massive financial institution or a seasoned debt collector with a clever phrase.
But you can absolutely negotiate a better reality for yourself if you treat this like a business transaction and go in with a solid game plan. Before you even think about calling a creditor, you have to do a deep dive into your financial reality. The biggest mistake people make is calling a collection agency completely blind, with no idea what they can actually afford. You need to look at your current income, exact monthly expenses, total debt balances, and any savings you have tucked away. If a creditor offers a lump sum settlement of $2,000 by Friday, or a payment plan of $300 a month, you need to know instantly if that is mathematically possible. Agreeing to a plan you cannot afford just to get them off the phone sets you up for massive failure. Know your budget inside and out before dialing. Once your budget is locked down, gather your intel. Build a file for every account you are trying to settle, including account numbers, current balances, recent statements, payment history, and collection notices. Having this accurate information in front of you gives you power and prevents the representative from confusing you with numbers that do not match your records. Open a fresh spreadsheet or grab a notebook because you are going to document everything that happens from this moment forward. When it is time to make the call, drop the defensive attitude. Professionalism gets you much further than confrontation. The person on the other end is just doing their job, and if you come at them screaming, they will shut down and give you zero help. Sound calm, collected, and strictly business. When they answer, state your name and the account number. Tell them you are reviewing your financial situation and want to better understand the options available for resolving this specific account. Ask them directly to explain what programs, payment arrangements, or settlement options might be available based on your current circumstances. You are not admitting defeat or committing to a payment right then and there. You are simply opening the door for a constructive conversation focused on solutions. If talking on the phone makes you sick to your stomach, or if you just want a rock-solid paper trail, you can do this through email. Written communication is fantastic because it creates an undeniable record of exactly what was said and offered. Send a simple, professional email stating that you are reviewing your finances and want to learn more about any available repayment arrangements, hardship programs, or settlement options that apply to your account. Ask them to provide any information they think would be helpful. Thank them for their time and hit send. It takes the emotion completely out of the equation and forces them to put their offers in black and white. Whether you are on the phone or emailing, you cannot just accept whatever they say at face value. You need to interrogate the situation and ask very specific questions. Do not just ask what the settlement amount is. Ask what repayment options are currently available. Ask if they have any specific hardship assistance programs and exactly what the eligibility requirements are. When you ask about hardship programs, dig deep. Find out exactly how long the program lasts.
if your interest rate will be reduced, and if your credit limit will be slashed, or the card closed entirely once you enter the program. One of the most critical things you need to ask is how this account is going to be reported to the credit bureaus after it is resolved. A settled account looks very different on a credit report than an account paid in full, and you need to know exactly what kind of damage or recovery you are looking at.
This brings us to the absolute golden rule of dealing with debt collectors and creditors. Document every single breath they take. Whenever you communicate about a debt, you need detailed records. Write down the exact date and time of every single phone call. Ask for the first and last name or the employee identification number of every representative you speak with. Save every email, keep every letter, and take detailed notes of exactly what was discussed and offered. If a representative promises you a specific settlement amount on a Tuesday and you call back on a Friday to pay it, and a different representative says they have no idea what you are talking about, your detailed notes are your only defense. Never make a financial commitment or hand over your bank account information based on a verbal promise over the phone. If you reach an agreement, tell them you need the entire arrangement sent to you in writing before you authorize a single penny to leave your account. If they refuse to put it in writing, you refuse to pay. People make so many mistakes when they try to handle their debt settlement on their own because they rush the process. They panic, they ignore their own budget, they fail to document the conversations, and they make split-second decisions without understanding the long-term implications for their credit score. They read a post on a random forum from someone claiming they settled a $10,000 debt for $500, and they think that is the standard. It is not. Not every creditor offers the same options, and not every single account is going to qualify for a massive reduction. Taking the time to actually understand your own financial situation, gathering your documents, and approaching these companies with a calm, professional, and highly organized strategy is the only real way to take back your power. You are not at their mercy, but you do have to play the game smart. By treating your debt negotiation like a serious business meeting rather than a desperate plea for help, you position yourself to get the best possible outcome, and finally, start moving toward a life where you actually get to keep the money you make. Thanks for watching. We look forward to bringing you more financial information and tools to help you live a better lifestyle. Visit payoffdebtpro.com for more, and don't forget to like and subscribe.